Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Sagittarius in mid-June 2020. What is going on, Sagittarius? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends, mid-June, what is going on? I hope you, your friends, your family are doing well, Sagittarius. Hope you're safe. Hope you're happy. Hope you're healthy. Hope everybody is doing as best as possible in these times. Still a major pandemic outside. A lot of civil unrest here in the States and across the globe. A lot of things going on regarding, civic rights, political issues, and all that good stuff. Okay, so off the top, I'm stating it in all the videos just to clarify. I am someone who supports Black Lives Matter. It's not an automatic because I am a person of color in the United States, but I do support the movement, and I understand the cause. I understand so much of what is being, what is transpiring and what is being discussed, and I encourage everyone to be open to all perspectives and to have a greater understanding amongst people. I know a lot of people are having a difficulty with that, and I recognize that as something that I'm not going to get into in this video or any other video. But as your friendly tarot reader here on the internet, I want you to know, because I want people to understand where I come from. I'm somebody who supports that. I understand that there are people take issue with it, but ultimately what I see Black Lives Matter as is a move towards equality, a move towards equity for all people, not just people of color, for all people, okay? So if you dissent from that, that's totally cool. If you don't want to vibe with me anymore because of that, that's totally cool. I accept that, but I want it to be stated out here publicly, okay? So moving on, and whatever you're doing, whatever, discussions you're having or actions you're taking, be safe, be kind, okay? I do not support any type of malicious anything, ever, period, okay? So wherever you are, Sagittarius, whatever you're doing, please go about it and be well, okay? And be safe and be kind to other people, okay? So, that aside, let's go ahead and do the regular old tarot intro, okay? What you're going to see today, guys, is sort of going to mimic a personal reading. This is how I usually do my personal readings with people. It is still very much a general reading, though, because you didn't buy this, you didn't pay for it. It's not coming with your name on it. So keep in mind that what you're going to see here, even though it mimics how I do a personal reading, it still is a very general message for everybody in the Sagittarius collective. That being said, please take everything with a grain of salt. If it resonates with your life, that's really cool. If it doesn't, that's also cool. Just go ahead and, let the message be what it is, okay? Don't try to fit anything into your life that doesn't fit, all right? So anything you want to know is in the description box below. There's a timestamp down there if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to purchase a personal reading with me. You simply send me a message. I say cool. You send me the payment, and I give you the private link to your video that is available here for, on YouTube till the end of time. You can watch it a million times if you want, okay? But any questions before you place an order, just go ahead and email me at the same address that you see listed down in the description box. Also down there, you're going to see the link to the Instagram page that I have where I'm doing oracle interpretations or intuitive interpretations just about 2 to 3 times a week at this point. I want to get that back up to being more like 4 or 5 times a week, but it's a little difficult right now with my schedule. But anyway, eventually I'm going to do some pick-a-card stuff over there, so if you want to follow me, just go ahead and click the link that's down below, okay? And that is it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I want to see energies, messages, and insights for Sagittarius in mid-June, please. Energies, messages, and insights for Sagittarius in mid-June, please. Let's see what we get, guys. Messages, energies, and insights for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. Last one, thank you. Alright, let's get into it. Sagittarius, please, mid-June. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. Just the 2, or we go for 3? Two. Okay, thank you. Alright, so 7 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Alright, you guys are evaluating something, 7 of Pentacles, right? Walking your garden path, deciding which pentacles are ripe on the vine and which ones aren't. Okay, so being that this is Pentacles, it could deal with money or some type of material resource that's important to you, that is of value to you. But more than anything, this is about evaluation and making practical sense of a matter, or making practical moves in a situation. Sagittarius, I feel you're very focused on your stability, very focused on the right moves to make to get you more of what you want. Let's say, okay, because look at the pentacles on the bush, right? Or on the tree, I should say, on the tree. They're different colors, right? So some presumably are riper than others. Some are, less ripe. And so what I'm getting is you have continually been doing this, or you already have something, right? You already have something of value. So maybe if this is about money, maybe you've got, money in the bank. Maybe you've got a good 401k set up. You've got enough money in your savings to, more than a rainy day fund, or just enough for a rainy day fund. But there's like, you want more, and it's not greedy. It's very strategic what you're doing. You're not out here. I don't get the sense that you're shoving other people out of the way, or you're sabotaging other people's progress in order to see yourself gain more. I just don't get that sense that this evaluation is maniacal or malicious or in any way to someone else's detriment. What you do want, and it might be coming off as selfish, but you do want to see yourself in a better position over other people, but not to the point where you're hurting other people, or you're getting in their way. You just don't want people in your way. Does that make sense? Like, you want a fair shot at something, or you want to or you want to be able to proceed, or again, harvest something in a fair way. So if this was like a competition, which I'm not sensing, but I'm just going to pull that as an example. You want a fair fight. You don't want, anybody to be handicapped in the competition. You don't want a leg up, and you don't want your competition to have a leg up. You want to be on firm, fair grounds, equal grounds with another person, or in the situation period, so you've already attained something for yourself, because the woman also has some flowers in her basket. So this isn't like the start of her journey down the garden path. The hose, thank you, is wrapped up around her arm. So she has watered her plants. She's picked a few flowers to take home and put in a vase or give to a friend of hers or whatever. So it's just like you're diligently working towards a goal, and you're diligently evaluating what you have to do to continue attaining, to continue gaining for yourself. I get the sense that you're doing this in the face of someone who's like super critical, right? And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Or you're criticizing yourself. Okay. Because I didn't I use the word selfish? And I said, like, I don't think this is selfish. So, okay, here we go. Because this is fire sign energy. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Queen of Wands, right, in reverse. I'll show you that just so you can look at her up right real quick. You see her whole demeanor, okay? But in the reverse. So you could be fighting against your better judgment, or not your better judgment. Let me take that back. It's like you're critiquing yourself, or you're feeling like, I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is the wrong time to do this. Okay. Some of you might be finding you're doing something and you're questioning if it's the right time. Okay. Because again, picking things off the vine, picking flowers or picking fruit off of a tree, it has to be done at the right time. If you take the fruit from the tree before it's ripe, or if you're a farmer, you take it just before it becomes ripe, and then once it comes off the tree, and by the time it gets to the market, it'll be ready to sell. So if you pull it too early, it won't be viable for sale. And if you pull it too late, it's going to spoil before any customer buys it. You see what I mean? So the timing has to be right in something. And you or someone else external to you, they don't have to be a fire sign, right? But there is a person or yourself or a facet of yourself that is just like, is that really fair? Is that really just? Is that really appropriate? That's been a huge discussion for so many people. Is this appropriate? The way this is going down, the way these people or that person or you specifically, the way that you're doing this, is it appropriate? This Queen of Wands in reverse is hypercritical about that. And again, for some of you, this is just yourself. This is yourself. You're thinking, you're questioning how fair you're being in a situation, or how your decision might be affecting other people. That's what that feels like also. Because again, If a farmer, someone who owns an orchard or something like that, with like an apple farm or something, right? If you decide to send your apples out after they've ripened, you're sending out like a bad batch of food. Do you see what I mean? So there's like this impact. You're concerned about the impact. Now, to put it in more practical terms, because I'm assuming not a lot of farmers are watching tarot readings. I could be wrong, but you know, I'm gonna assume not a lot of farmers are watching tarot. So let's put it in more practical terms. If you decide to take a job, or in terms of your money, if you decide to pull money out of an account or spend your money in a certain type of way or save more money, whatever you're doing, it might impact your family. It might impact your own bottom line. So you're going to have to create a new budget for yourself. If you are spending money out of a joint account, that is going to impact whoever you share that account with, a business partner, a spouse, a sibling, a friend, whatever. So there's something about what you're choosing to do is being scrutinized, is being being evaluated. It's being evaluated as well. This Queen of Wands is like, hey, what's going on, Sagittarius? Why are you doing that? And again, you might be saying this to yourself. That's very interesting. Anything else with this Queen of Wands? They don't have to be a female. They don't have to be a fire sign. But they're very mouthy. I'm going to say that. I feel like their opinion, you're aware of their opinion before they even say it. Like you can it's like you can finish their sentences, but not like in like that cute romantic way that we usually like to use that cliched phrase. Like you can literally, you know exactly what this person is going to say to you. You know exactly how they're going to critique you. You know exactly what their argument against your actions or your decisions is going to be. However, I don't, in sort of stereotypical Sagittarian fashion, I think you don't really care, honestly, because whoever this person is to you, however significant they are to you, they could be the closest of close to you. Again, it can be yourself. I feel there's like a determination with the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like there's like this, well, I know what I have to do because I know what I want. There's like a bigger goal in mind. And I feel that the Queen of Wands is like trying to prevent that goal from coming true, or prevent you from making further moves. And you don't care, and or you don't want that to be too much of a hurdle for you. Like I said, it feels like you want things to be on even footing. It feels like you want things to be equal or fair. And this person, they might have unfair tactics or unfair treatment or unfair words to say towards you or about you. And you're not going to let that get you off your square. I like that. I feel that you're super determined. But if they're not even trying to deter you or get in your way, it makes it that more easy to ignore them. Does that make sense? Like this person is significant, but because they're reversed, and I'm, you know, the way the cards were, I don't even remember when I placed this here, but this is lower than that a little bit. So it's like you're seeing over this person. It's like you're looking through them, looking past them, no matter what they're saying, no matter what they're trying to do to stop you or dissuade you, to deter you, to get in your way. You're just like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm on my path. I'm in my garden path. I'm doing my thing. And you can go over there. Like, someone can just, like, stand over there and bitch and moan all they want. It has nothing to do with you. Interesting. More information. I don't need to clarify that. You know who that person is. I don't know who they are. You know, I'm not saying you know who that is. Like, I know. I don't know. But you know who that person is. And the Seven of Pentacles seems pretty straightforward. So, what other messages do we have for Sagittarius in mid-June? Please show me. Other messages for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. Oh my. Don't know what that was. Other messages for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. Oh, come on. Six of Wands. Let's see if we're going to go for 3 on this one. Further messages for Sagittarius in mid-June. They say stop. Okay, good. So 6 of Wands and... ooh, the Star in reverse. Ooh. All right. So there may have been a competition, and you may be victorious in that competition. I say there might have been a competition because when you look at the Star in the upright, I mean, in this deck, look at her. Like a pie contest, right? Who could make the best pie in 3 counties? This person did. But it's in reverse. And you're like, well, wait, doesn't that mean I lost? Well, 6 of Wands is like a victory. So I feel as though in some of your cases, this was a competition, or you took it as a competition, you approached it as a competition, something like that. Or some of you are making the choice to stop this and go for victory. What does that, when I say stop this, what do I mean? So the star card, major arcana for Aquarius, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, but you don't have to be. But the star card in general speaks to healing, speaks to certain self-interest, like not putting yourself first, but making sure that you're a part of the equation, right? And making sure that you are considered and that you are valued and that you are allowed, excuse me, allowed, or, you make it a priority to see yourself through a situation in a positive way, right? Sometimes with the aid of someone outside of you, like a counselor, a good friend, a spiritual advisor, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, yeah? Whatever you want to involve yourself in or not, yeah? And with it being in reverse, I get the sense of somewhere in your life, Sagittarius, or vice versa. I've said this is your reading, but it is a general. It can go the other way because it is a general. So take it with a grain of salt. So there was someone who was sacrificing their own central position or their own importance. Thank you. Someone was downplaying their role in a situation or how they factored in what their needs were, right? Sacrificial energy, it feels like, or energy of playing the sidelines, energy of, being the understudy or the fallback or the fall guy, and there's like an avoidance of that or like a turning away from that. Or another way you can read it in this combination, the star plus the Six of Wands, either the Six of Wands comes in as either triumphing over or no longer participating in that energy and saying, I reject this. I reject not putting myself in this in the consideration pool. I reject not being a priority. I reject not being honored. I reject not enforcing or prioritizing my own healing and wellness. And I move towards doing the opposite and embracing healing. Or the Six of Wands comes along and is triumphant in spite of that. Because I told you, some of you, this Queen of Wands is like trying to trip you up or has tried to dissuade you, tried to tell you what to do, and you're just like, no, I'm not doing. And for a while, maybe you did that. But you still somehow come out on top, or you still put yourself in a position to become successful or to be in a better place. Let's say that. If not totally successful, just in a better place, right? And in this particular deck, the Six of Wands, you see these women outside the window. They're marveling. They're astounded by what's going on in this magical kitchen of, mops and brooms that, go about cleaning on their own. But I feel as though, Sagittarius, you're able to turn a loss into a win, or like I said, you're triumphing over a loss or a series of losing, right? Because again, the Seven of Pentacles is an evaluation period. So maybe, you're going over documents, maybe you are going over financial histories, and you're making a plan. That's the other thing about the sevens. They're like, they evaluate, but then they also look to sort of implement a new precedence, right? A new way of being, right? Because in the six we have balance, and then when we get to the seven, we're trying to, I don't want to say stabilize, because it's not really about stabilizing the balance. But after we've had some like stability in the sixes, or we're searching for stability in the sixes, then we go to the implementation of that stability. Does that make sense? So your seven, I think I said that in the beginning, like you're looking out for your foundation, or you're looking out for your stability, and you're trying to evaluate what you already have and what you need to go forward to continue to have what you have or to get more. And I'm not sensing greed. I'm not sensing that the energy that is quote unquote negative or somehow not so nice is coming from you. I think it comes from someone else. If it does come from you, you're criticizing yourself. And so, okay, thank you. Because I was like, there's something else here. So if the Queen of Wands is you, Sagittarius, if it's you criticizing yourself, critiquing yourself, kind of, blaming yourself for something, or calling yourself out on something. It feels like. I feel like you realize you were, with that star card, not in a healthy spot. Financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever kind of way. There may have been a lack of wellness, because again, the star, when we see it in the upright, indicates some type of healing or the need to heal. And with this in reverse, it could be that you've ignored that, or you have deprioritized that in your life. And so maybe instead of spending so much time working towards pentacles, maybe now you're thinking, okay, I can take a break. Maybe you've been working a lot due to the pandemic, and you had a lot of need to stabilize your finances. And maybe now, with things letting up, you're able to kind of ease up on as much as you were working. Like a lot of these essential workers, hospital workers, delivery truck drivers, all these people who, help us function as a society and keep us safe and keep us, healthy and all that stuff, have been pushed to the max. And so you may have been sacrificing a lot. I think did I use that word in your reading? Sacrifice? Maybe. I can't remember. I've done so many of these today. Anyway, you may have sacrificed something that you are now saying, okay, enough of the sacrifice. Let's get back to taking care of me, making sure that I'm okay. And that makes sense. If you're working a lot, if you're under a lot of stress and pressure, you're not going to be very good at helping others, or being a viable resource, or someone who can be called upon if you're burnt out. Simply, if you're burnt out, how could you function, right? So that could be what's going on here. Is you could have been criticizing yourself for wanting to take a break, for wanting to, slow down a little bit, or you might have criticized yourself for doing the burnout. You knew what it was costing your health. You knew what it was costing your relationships. You knew that you were gaining a lot of money, but you were losing a lot of something else in your life, right? So there's this evaluation of where to place the priorities. I think that's actually pretty good. Let's see if they agree. That's an interesting message, which is cool. Sagittarius, you get, as a fellow fire sign, I already know. But Sagittarius, I think, get a lot of flack for being like, fun and fancy free and just like not taking things seriously. And I'm just like, no, Sagittariuses are actually very serious people. They just have like a playful spirit. But I think that's pretty much your message. So, yep, they're like, that's good. So let's get you an oracle card, and let's go ahead and wrap up the reading. Oracle card for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. Which deck for Sagittarius in mid-June? Yeah, that's interesting. Ooh, but actually that kind of plays, because I feel that you're having a deeper situation than the other signs I've read for so far today. So we're using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck. The themes are very dark, or the messages tend to be dark. And I think that's also kind of what people don't know about Sagittarius is you guys can be kind of deep. You guys can be kind of shadowy when you want to be. Right? You're not always expressing what truly is going on on the inside of you. And I think that people don't know that about you guys sometimes. Moving on, let's go ahead and get an oracle card for Sagittarius in mid-June. Okay, am I not going to be able to shuffle that way? There we go. Oracle message for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. That's good, thank you. One oracle card for Sagittarius in mid-June. Please show me. The child I was meant to be. Card number 8, if you're into the numerology of things. The child I was meant to be. This deck, or this book that accompanies this deck, I'm still like on the fence about it. Like sometimes it has really profound messages, and other times I'm just like, what? Anyway, the child I was meant to be. This book talks about moon phases, so this is the full moon phase, if you're interested in that. To go forward is to go backward, as hope heals the wounds of the past. There is a little darkness in this card. There is little darkness, excuse me. There is little darkness in this card. It is a card of connection with ourselves. So many times it feels like a dream. It's fleeting, uncertain, and yet clear. The moment you close your hand to grasp it, it turns into fairy light and disappears. But it remains as a lingering smell, the ephemeral feeling of light and peaches and blossom. It is faith. It is hope. It is a warm smile at the other side of the forest of smoke and mirrors. We can be whole again. We can be pure again. We can be happy again. No matter what we did, we can. Just know this as a gift of light among the cruel darkness. It brings no road, sometimes no solace, but it can become a seed of hope, a wind of change, a place of safety in the storm. Even if it's gone, it's definitely here. Interesting. Number one, I struggled a couple of times because this does have like some spelling errors in it. And for those of you that know me, I'm an English major. I studied English, so that like really grinds my gears. Anyway, I like that because that evaluation of the Seven of Pentacles feels really deep. And she's like holding a flower, right? Or she's holding like a little plant of some type, which again speaks to what's going on in that garden path walk. So I feel you're doing a deep evaluation. And as I was shuffling this deck, I got this sense of, again, Sagittarius, I don't think you're being given the credit for being as deep and introspective as you are at this moment. You might be surprising people. The Queen of Wands might be like, hey, I don't expect you to have deep feelings or reflections on things. I don't know why you're going and doing X, Y, Z. And so I think what you're choosing to do in order to get yourself to a healthier spot, to get to a point of healing, other people don't understand it. And you're kind of like, that's where the true Sagittarius kicks in. You frankly don't give a shit. Like, it's my journey, it's my development, it's my life, or, I'm doing things in my best interest. And if you don't like that, if you're not, on board with that, I don't know what to tell you. Like, who cares? Like, I don't care. Not me, but I'm like channeling for you. I get the sense of like, you are so focused on self and getting yourself to a better place and restructuring your foundations and making sure that you are on the right path, that any detraction from that is like noise. It's like noise. You have, and who has time for noise? Nobody, right? So Sag, that is your reading for mid-June. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment and let me know how this resonated in your life, that'd be super, super cool. I'd be down with that. If you want to share the video, let other people know you like watching my stuff, that's really awesome. And if you have not subscribed, my friends, please consider subscribing. The community continues to grow. I love meeting new clients and seeing the crew become larger and larger. So if you want to be a part of that journey, that's super awesome. If you want to support the channel directly, the best way to do so is ordering a personal reading with me. But if you don't want to do that, if it's not in your forte or if it's not something that you're interested in at this moment, you can, of course, still interact with the channel in the ways that I just described, okay? Sag, I'll be back soonish. I'm going to do a surprise live here in June at some point for the entire collective. So be on the lookout for that in your notifications. Make sure they're turned on for notifications from EmpathicFire. And then after that, I'm going to be back with the July messages and the mid-Julys and all that good stuff, okay? So I hope to see you in the future, my good friends. I thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.